The Best Picture nominees: American Sniper,
Moving Towards a Convoy,
Birdman,
How did we end up here?
Boyhood,
It's like it's always right now.
The Grand Budapest Hotel,
Tell them I'll be right down.
The Imitation Game,
You're trying to break the German Enigma machine.
Selma,
Those that have gone before us say no more.
The Theory of Everything,
I have 2 years to live.
and Whiplash.
Was I rushing or was I dragging?
Only one person here really matters, the recipient of this award.
All right, the Academy Awards are happening this Sunday night. A lot of big movies to choose from. Mix 106 movie critic Willie Waffle has chosen his picks for Oscars. Here's your chance to compare all of his picks to see how well they match up with yours, and then we'll see who comes closest on Sunday night. Now, there's so many categories, we're not going to do all the categories.
You mean you don't want to know who's going to win Best Sound Editing?
No,
What?
not that one. But let's start with Best Makeup and Hairstyling.
No, let's start with Best Picture.
Best Picture, we're going to go right for the top.
Yes.
Wow, you know what? I reserve the right to change my mind in a few weeks. But right now, I'm saying it's going to be Boyhood. This is the amazing tale of a young boy, growing up pretty much over the course of 12 years, and there's such a great story about how they made this movie, how they got the cast together every year, every 2 years to film scenes so that everybody was the right age and they were using the right actors the whole time. I think that story is blowing people away and capturing the hearts and minds of voters.
Yet you didn't put it on your top 10.
No, I didn't, because you know what? I like the movie a lot. Just I don't think there's a story there. I feel like we're getting little vignettes. We're kind of moving along, through time and seeing, well, what's happening to the kid today? What's happening next? What's happening next? And I felt that it could have been a little bit more cohesive, but it's still a really good movie.
I think I agree with you. I think they're going to reward it just because it took them 12 years to film it.
Yeah, I
so
think
different.
there's a lot of sentiment for that.
All right, Best Actor.
Best Actor, boy, this is probably the hardest category to call right now. I'm going to put my money down on Eddie Redmayne from Theory of Everything.
And you love that movie.
Yeah, I do. Michael Keaton has got to be the front runner right now, but I think when people start comparing what Michael Keaton did as an actor versus what Eddie Redmayne did as an actor, they're going to go, wow, Redmayne really had to go the extra step. He really had to go the extra mile, and that's a little bit more impressive than what Michael Keaton did.
And how many times does the front runner not win the award?
Yeah, and maybe Michael Keaton's out front a little bit too early.
All right, Best Actress.
Best Actress, hands down, it's going to be Julianne Moore for Still Alice. This is a movie that's just kind of making its way around the country right now, where she plays a woman who is starting to suffer from early onset Alzheimer's. It is a movie that connects with every audience member in some way.
Best Supporting Actor.
Best Supporting Actor, it's probably going to be J.K. Simmons from Whiplash.
Really?
Whiplash is another one of these little movies that could. And seeing J.K. Simmons, who we know is more of an affable, likable guy. We've seen him in other roles and other TV shows and such. Here, he plays such an evil, demonic, horrible human being. You have to give him the award because you can't believe he had it inside of him.
All right, Best Supporting Actress.
Right now it looks like that's going to be Patricia Arquette for Boyhood.
I cannot believe she was in this movie for 12 years.
I know. She didn't really have anything else going on. Let's be honest.
I'm like, how did no one talk about the fact she was filming a movie for 12 years?
Well, they were kind of quietly doing it over the course of 12 years, and they kind of held. They didn't really hide it from anybody. People kind of knew it was going on, but it wasn't a story because the movie's not coming out today or the movie's not coming out next week. And I think Arquette gets a lot of the credit for the acting in the movie because her role is so big and so essential and so crucial to helping us understand what's going on with this kid and what's impacting him. And she's really great. And when you look at the other actresses in this category, Meryl Streep's already won a bunch of times. Everybody else, it's kind of like, hey, be lucky you got nominated. It's not your time yet.
I think Meryl Streep's going to win. I'm going to go against you here.
Wow, that's a big gamble, my friend.
And then finally, Best Director.
Best Director, I think it's going to be Richard Linklater for Boyhood, just simply because the movie that wins for Best Picture usually has the Best Director, and I think again that story about getting everybody together every year for 12 years is one that's going to win people over, and having that dedication to one project is kind of amazing.
So did it not surprise you that Clint Eastwood was not up for Best Director?
It didn't surprise surprise me because of what the movie was and who Clint Eastwood is. I'm just going to say it. They didn't vote for Clint Eastwood because he did a speech at the Republican National Convention a couple years ago where he mocked Barack Obama. And I think that ended Clint Eastwood's chances of ever getting nominated for anything ever again.
Wow, I didn't even think about that. Interesting.
Yeah,
all right.
I just think that's what people think right now of Clint Eastwood. That he is
right.
He's very strong in his right-wing politics, and now people are going to say, well, in Hollywood, that doesn't really fly.
You heard it here first. Clint Eastwood, too Republican to win an Oscar.
Hey, man, I think it's the truth.
All right. Thank you, Willie. We'll find out here in a few weeks if your picks
Thank you,
are right
Sarah
on.
Palin. Talk to you during Election Day.
The best part is I can see Russia from my
Yeah.
house.